very, very, very cool.
This is a comfy way to do a podcast.
Yeah, right? That's what I was thinking about, getting like couches and stuff like that and just doing it like this. I think they're onto something. Because I mean, it's not like there's microphones there, but I mean, you don't have to make it to where it's like, you're in an office chair like it's a business. But yeah.
Oh, Flannery, you were perfect. What are you doing?
She got her butt in my face.
Flan. There we go. She's an idiot. She doesn't understand where her center of gravity is.
Right.
She falls off the couch and onto her head a lot, actually. Freya, what are you doing?
Yeah, I'm not sure how well it's gonna be.
Okay.
But I mean, it's fine.
Well, here, do we want to slide it closer, or is it at a good distance?
It could pick us up from there. I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
I mean, I could throw in some. Hold on. This is a way I could actually monitor it. Is I just bought like little headphones to just kind of listen to it.
Yeah.
Oh my God, cord in there. Yeah, it's just to kind of make sure it's not, not a lot of feedback or whatever. Huh?
What is it?
It's a Zoom H1.
Zoom. Okay.
Zoom, yeah.
I thought you said a Zune at first. I'm like, do you still make those?
No, it's a Zune. Yeah, it's actually really convenient. I paid like $100 for it.
Yeah.
And it picks up everything. Yeah. See,
That's
because
awesome.
I could hear. See, if you talk, I could hear everything.
Okay.
I could hear.
Excellent.
And I could just talk like this, and it'll pick us up. So I just leave those there. But
Gotcha.
yeah. And then this is how I hook the big system into that, and I just basically record off of that.
Okay.
And it's just kind of, that's it. I want to get a bigger one. Like they have bigger ones there where it's just like it's like a whole deck.
Okay.
It's like like $320 or $30, something like that. And it has 6 channels six channels for like microphones, and then like 4 or 5 like preamps for like headphones and stuff like that. And you can adjust everything. It's got little pads. You can put sound effects to it and adjust all the sounds and all the voices and stuff like that. For future podcasts, but yeah, I mean, it's a neat little device.
Cool.
I like it.
All right.
And then just kind of on the go, if it's perfect for like on the go when you just want to do something like this and just be on location.
Yeah. No, it's super handy.
Yeah.
Now we got a comfy podcast going here.
Mm-hmm. That's it. And all you got to do is just make sure your battery's charged and hit record.
There you go.
But so we wanted to talk about movies today.
Yeah.
Food movies.
Food movies. I can go on about that.
Because I recently have been watching a lot of Bon Appetit. I don't know if you're familiar with you said you had the magazine.
The magazine, I definitely back
way
when people got subscription magazines.
Right.
That was
a long time ago.
I did Bon Appetit, Gourmet, Food and Wine, like the whole shebang. I used to get delivered.
I've been on a kick lately because I have a YouTube, obviously, and they have like all these. They have like the first thing I kind of watched from there was like Gourmet Makes, where they were making like a bunch of they were basically replicating like junk food, like Reese's Pieces and Skittles and Kit Kats and everything like that. So it just kind of sparked my interest in it. It's a whole like just test kitchen. But the editors and the writers are there, but it's just like an extension because I guess they all write too.
Okay.
So they kind of go in there and they just test out like different recipes and stuff like that, and just kind of. I have a bad thing. I have a thing where I just use a stupid word for no reason.
I do the but all the time. That's fine. But
yep. Kind of. No, but it's cool because they have like everything set up where they can cook for like anybody, Right. But it's like they're basically just testing out recipes and stuff like that and just breaking them down. It's pretty cool.
Well, they've got I think especially because they put those online. I mean, it used to be in the magazine, which I think probably still exists, but they're probably testing stuff too to publish.
Yeah.
Because I've definitely used a recipe or two before that I'm pretty sure no one truly tested before they.
Oh yeah.
Over the years, like if you go online and look, like if I go to find something online, I usually read several first and then look for reviews and make sure, because I've definitely just clicked on one before and then realized only one person had tried this recipe and it did something was wrong.
Yeah, something was wrong.
Something was wrong.
Something. It's cool because it gives them a chance to kind of adjust the recipe to their liking, and they can say, "Oh, well, I need more of this, or I need less of that."
Yeah.
And it's funny because when they do the candies, they did now and later's. Clara, she did now and later. She did Twix. She did Milky Way. She did Snickers.
Oh my god.
And all of them, like especially like just the non-chocolate candies, require a lot of citric acid and like a lot of stuff to make the candy, the inside part, and it's a lot of like it's a lot of just like candy making.
Well, there's a lot of science in that kind of stuff. Like I don't like I love to cook and all that, but baking and cooking, two very separate things, and then getting into that kind of stuff. I mean, you're talking like exact temperatures and times and all that, and I've never done much of it, nor had the desire to, but I love watching it. It fascinates me, but I'm like I would mess that up. Like even cooking here at the house, like the boyfriend will be over and he's like, "You cook like someone who's worked in a kitchen." He's like, "You are fast." Blah blah blah. I'm like, "Yeah, but I fuck up a lot of times because I'm moving at a lightning speed and I need to slow down."
Yeah. But, I get the same way where I'm just kind of moving too much, or I knock a pot and it's just like it spills or whatever. I'm just like, I'll clean up later. Yeah.
Oh, it looks like a tornado went through when I got. Like I used to culinary school. I did very well and like my knife skills were on point and all that, but I got yelled at for a messy workstation a lot. What was I doing? I was cutting up some bell pepper yesterday for like I was making like eggs and stuff, and my knife skills suck. They're terrible. And I was just like, this is because I was sitting there cutting up onion and I'm trying to do the push down and sweep method. And I'm like, I'm fucking this up as I'm doing, and I'm just like, I can't even. Oh my god, I should send you the book. You want my textbook? It's over there on the bookshelf. We're doing this podcast from my living room today, by the way, everybody. We're on the road, or Vince came on the road to me today, so it's working out. Yeah. And my puppy dogs are enjoying this as well. They're having WrestleMania as we speak. But knife skills. It's fun. I wanted to be on. I was on a culinary relay team in school. Like we literally competed for accuracy and speed while slicing vegetables. It's pretty fun. But
I just noticed. I was just like, ooh, this is terrible. Well, you know what? It doesn't help either. I mean, I have what is it, like a 7-inch Ginsu? Yeah. Or not a Ginsu, a sendoku knife, and it's heavy on the at the handle part. Yeah. So it's kind of it's weighty. Yeah. But it's kind of where it's a good chopping knife. Yeah. But it's just me with my white hand. I'm just like I can't cut the onion.
Yeah, it's all about There's a certain
way
skill set to it.
Some days I'm better, and some days I'm like. No, I'm like, this is just for me, and no one else needs to see this.
No, I'm absolutely. Sometimes I don't do perfect stuff. Yeah. But,
I gotta say, your house is really cute. I like your cat tower and all your pictures and everything like that.
It's been a project.
And I just noticed the flag or
my mat. Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
I hate blank walls.
I do too.
So
I do too.
I just so I have like a watercolored map of the United States. I mean, I thought I got a little too old to have hippie cloths flying on my wall, but I thought that one seemed kind of worldly, so it worked.
It's not that bad. I like it.
I've got a nice collection. My Walmart curtains. I was pretty impressed. I found those at Walmart, but no, like I said, and most everything here is free or very very cheap. I do a lot of like, oh, you don't want that anymore? I'll take that. Yeah. And I just upgrade. So
you have the come up status, like what's his name? I don't want to call him out on the podcast. But yeah, so unless you're like covering like a lot of holes or anything like that, it looks really nice.
Yeah, well, but I probably made a lot of holes. That hole, I have my gallery wall over here was originally with all like the like command strips and all that, and just slowly pieces started dropping off over time. So. I went ahead and just started banging holes in the wall. It's fine. Right. But I have plans for that wall across the dining room table there. I want to try and sand it. The walls are a little textured. I want to sand it down, and I want to take sheet music
and like try to wallpaper it with sheet music. Because
cool.
I think I'm going to put racks up to put the guitars on the wall.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Not that either of those are mine, but if things keep going the way that they're going with the dude, he'll eventually be here.
The dude.
And so he's my old Mikey. He's at work today. He's sad he's missing this.
Oh yeah.
But he's left us some of his valuables over here at this point. So, but anyway, so he likes to serenade me. He wrote me a song for Christmas.
I know you told me about that. It's pretty cool.
It was pretty sweet. Yeah, I have to say. It was fun. It was like a little pop, like Blink 182 song. It was really, it was fun.
Surprised. I was like, holy shit, really?
No, he's putting in the work, man. He is 100% putting in the work. But
no, that's good. I'm happy for you guys.
Yeah, no, it's nice. But but back to food. I watch a lot of like food related TV, movies, read about it. I mean, that's my hobby, that's my art. So.
Well, you said you had a certificate in culinary arts.
Yeah, so I've got so I did the 9-month program at a culinary school. Yeah. So and my and honestly, if we want to get right into it, one of my favorite food movies that came out in the last few years is Chef.
Chef. Yes.
With Jon Favreau, and for me, that also speaks to me on a certain level. It's a fantastic film. Really, it's beautifully shot. It's a sweet story. He's fantastic in it. I love him anyway. He just kind of can do no wrong in my eyes.
But is that his real son in real life, or is that just?
I don't know. I hadn't even thought of that.
I love that. I love that they threw that in there, and he has that kind of like that father-son bond with him. And that it's like set off where it's like, baby mama's involved and everything like that.
Sofia Vergara, who could ever get divorced from her.
Yeah.
I'd marry her, never let her go.
So much Modern Family. So I like that. I like that part, and it's just kind of, it puts all the little cogs together because it's just him and he's teaching him how to cook and stuff like that. It's just I loved it. Yeah. Loved it. And then they got the show too. The show's good.
Yes, and that is a fantastic show where he then sort of works with people that were that helped him in the movie. It's not Jet Tila. It's is it Roy Choi?
Roy Choi.
Who's
awesome.
great.
Oh my god.
They're all good. Was that racist of me to totally confuse it?
No.
I just realized, I was like, oh my god.
We'll edit that part out.
No.
So Roy Choi's in, I think, the beginning of it, and he's doing they're doing the grilled cheese scene.
Oh yeah.
And he's there, and he's sitting there, and he's just, I like how, because on the show when he talks about the movie, he's like, I like how when you zero in on that grilled cheese sandwich, he's like, nothing else matters in the world, just this right here.
I
was just like, wow.
Well, I've had an art form to making grilled cheese for a long time, and so when I saw it, like, that was one of the things, like, I love making a good grilled cheese sandwich, and now that I'm vegan, it might be one of the things that I may truly miss and may have to cheat at some point, somewhere, on occasion.
Yeah.
Which is that, and it's about having getting that hot and crispy, and then like I used to I would pull my grilled cheese out of the pan, let it the pan cool a little bit again, butter back in the pan, and then flip the sandwich.
Oh, okay.
So I wanted melty cheese, crispy bread, No, I was certain. My mom was notorious for just Marita bread and a slice of American cheese.
Oh,
and then
yeah.
she would smash it with the spatula to
Yeah.
hurry up and cook it. But she was probably making 20 of them.
Oh yeah.
For me and my brother and all our friends. So grilled cheese is not necessarily my favorite growing up. But then once I had a real one, good cheeses and stuff. Oh man, there's nothing better.
I would love to use exotic cheese on it and see how much better it is. And use a good like a sourdough or something like that.
My diner classic one is will you help her up?
Yeah,
my little puppy wants to get up on the couch.
I didn't want to hurt her.
She's all right, but she's got 3 pins in her leg, but she's doing good.
Yeah,
my little
I just didn't want to
robot dog. But I do if I go to a diner, I like marble rye with cheddar cheese and tomato. That's my that's my go-to.
Yeah. Being that you're a vegan person now and you cook vegan, there's a lot of tofu.
Mm-hmm.
Can you have BLTs? Can you have any kind of? Are you just swearing off meat altogether?
I'm off all of it, and it honestly it was something with my doctor. I've done the keto and all that, trying to drop weight, and I've got some medical stuff, and the doctor suggested you could try a different pendulum swing the other direction, and do this. And I already had been sort of trying to be a little more socially conscious with how I eat. I was trying to, when I was doing keto, I was really trying to make sure I was getting like grass-fed beef, things like that, which can get very pricey, and it was tough to make those decisions.
It
and
went up, actually, I think,
there's
too.
just a lot of issues that I have with it. So I started looking into going vegan, and then I started doing a lot of research, and now like I've read so much and watched so much that like I don't know if I can go back. But there's a ton of stuff. Like I was a vegetarian years ago for a while, and it was pretty limited with how you could eat. Now there's like 1,000,001 different meat-free substitutes.
Oh yeah.
That work out well, or that you don't even miss the meat. And now, like, I mean, I haven't tried the Impossible Whopper, but I've had the Beyond Burger, which is the plant-based burger that they made, and I think that's what they're using.
Yeah.
It mimics beef. It's bizarre.
Wow.
Yeah. Now the sodium content on it, like if you read the health things in it,
yeah, I'm sure it's through the roof.
But yeah. So no, and like BLT, like they have like vegan bacon. I mean, even our local pizza place here that's fantastic. They have. I went in the other day. Like I stopped in one. That I was like, do you guys have vegan cheese options? Like, I know I can order a pizza with no cheese on it, and I've done that. Yeah. And they're like, no, and I went like 3 blocks down, went in there like, oh yeah, and we've got vegan pepperoni, we've got vegan sausage, like all this stuff, and it was fantastic pizza.
So you've had the plant-based meats.
Oh yeah, no, I've tried. Yeah, I've tried, and there's some good stuff. There's somewhere like, I mean, my breakfast the other morning was like sautéed collard greens and mushrooms with a piece of acorn squash, like which doesn't seem like a normal breakfast, but it was hearty, filling. It tasted good.
Sounded good.
Yeah, it was just good. And I wasn't. I knew it was like at 7 a.m. I was like, by 11 I'm gonna be hungry, and I was.
Yeah.
But you just, but yeah.
You just kind of. Yeah.
But but like I've watched so many documentaries now on like the agricultural, like the animals for food agriculture industry on our like natural resources is insane. It's insane, and so I just was like, oh god, I just wanted. I feel like I'm trying to not no joke, but really trying to live my best life these days, and so part of that.
And I mean that's what it's all about. But at the end of the day, it's like you're doing it because of health reasons. People just do it just to say, I'm vegan or whatever.
And although I will say that I'm kind of like, there's this whole veganary thing that would be vegan January or whatever, and like the Golden Globes just did their entire dinner was vegan.
Oh wow!
They switched it up like 2 weeks before the thing and made it vegan. It's huge. Which, in all honesty, oddly enough, I was trying to research last night if this big push to do plant-based diet for the month of January is having any effect on the cattle industry and all of that. Like, what I wonder, like, because I don't know, I'm always interested to see if actually like a social media push, which really was what it seems like, is actually going to have some effect. And if it does, then we definitely need to do that elsewhere.
Yeah. But the thing I was reading about, well, I didn't read about it, I heard it on the podcast, that whenever they harvest the grain or they harvest like vegetables and stuff like that, there's a lot of just collateral animals that are there that just get killed. It's sort of, there's a lot of except for like growing your own garden in your backyard and going fishing, like there's no way to eat without impact. Yeah.
But I was having a fun discussion with my dad, and my dad's a zoologist and he's an environmentalist and all that. So as I was going over there and talking about my decision to do this, he had a lot of arguments in the other direction. I was very surprised that he was like, "Nah, it's fine. Don't take away my steak," kind of thing.
Yeah.
And we were discussing like the destruction of the rainforest, and he was like, "Well, most of that's for soy, and so all that tofu you're eating." So I was like, and I just knew, like, I was like, I need more research. I'm not gonna argue back with him. Because if I say something wrong, we're gonna keep going back and forth. So I'm gonna wait. And then like I did a little research and setups and stuff. I'm like, wait a minute, all that soy that's being grown is to feed the cattle that are down there in the rainforest. Like, hang on, like, but it's all. There's no way to not eat with impact. I also like. I feel like I've had come and gone with my taste where like I could tell you that the things that I miss would be that I'll miss truly a real burger, like really good.
It's a juicy and genuine burger. You know what? One burger I would love to try. I'm interrupting you on.
Oh, you're fine.
Is the In-N-Out burger?
Oh my god, yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
I had it once when I was out in San Francisco.
Oh
Yeah,
my
like
god.
a double animal style or something. Like I had some whoever I was with order for me. I'm like, just order.
But like back to your point, you were saying like just a burger like that. It's just kind of just a burger.
Just
Yeah.
Classic burger. But I worked but the food truck I worked on in Philly was a burger, fries, and milkshake truck.
Right.
So and it was like local grass fed Lancaster beef.
Yeah.
It was phenomenal.
Lancaster beef is hard to find now.
We were just right there in Philly, so we were getting it from there. So yeah, it was just unbelievably good.
Yeah.
So ate a lot of burgers on that truck.
Yeah.
Got a little creative with things too, though. And like we had veggie burgers. We made our own veggie burgers, and they were really good. But yeah. So no, but yeah, the movie Chef is just it was good, and also food truck wise, it was about Jon Favreau like sort of losing his losing his job, losing his shit, almost losing his family, and he decides to take his kid and go pick up this food truck down in I think Miami.
And then I love this is another thing I love about the movie because I didn't expect it because I didn't see it yet at the time, and when I was watching it, I'm sitting there and I'm going, he's gonna buy a food truck, okay? So he goes down and the first picture, like the first I think couple of minutes of the movie after Roy Choi's scene was him. I think it was after he got fired or during the time he was working in the restaurant. Was when he was making the spaghetti and then
for Scarlett Johansson,
right there. And I'm like, well, when I first saw him pop in the kitchen, I'm like, oh, get the fuck out of here. I'm like, oh, get out of here.
Got his friends in the movie.
Yeah. So then I saw that, and then he was making this. I'm not sure what the dish was, but it looked good, and he was making it for her. And then he goes, cut to the scene where he's got to buy the truck, and he's buying the truck from, spoiler alert, RDJ. So I was just like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
So it was kind of like a little sneak in there, like where they kind of said, "Sure, we'll do this movie for you."
Yeah,
we'll
hang out.
Yeah, we'll hang out. So I really like that part. That part was fun.
Yeah, and then, but for me, I have my pipe dream is a food boat. I want to make tacos.
Yeah, you've mentioned
on a refurbished houseboat, like just like anchored at a dock, like probably attached to a dock, not a mobile one.
Right.
And I just want to make like.
All I can say about that is, like, just make sure it's fortified where it doesn't...
Oh, yeah. No.
I hate to read in the paper, like, oh, man.
No, but I've done some research on it, and so, yeah. But, I mean, or a truck, but I thought a boat would be cool, because I just love being on the water, and I was like, that would be and cool. I joke, like, if I ever win the lottery or come into a bunch of money, I'm like, I'm probably still going to go make tacos on a boat. I just might not charge anybody for them. I might just feel like the taco lady. Like, I just, like, it would be my happy moment. Like, everything's better in a tortilla.
You could always just take donations and then just not,
donation-based taco boat. Yeah, there you go.
I notice a lot of people that do that.
If anybody wants to fund me in that one, that would be great. Like, just make tacos with love all day long. Mm-hmm. But, I was like you. I was like, I would, like, buy free tacos, get a free beer. Like, I'll just, like, some kind of, right?
Yeah.
But, yeah, no, so I think that I know that I eventually would love to end up cooking again professionally, but I don't necessarily want to work for anybody else. Like, if I could just, to me, food truck just completely speaks to me, just like me and one other person.
It really does.
Making a few specific things I know I'm really good at. There are certain things that I'm fantastic at. I could just do that. I mean, I sat here last night making wontons at my coffee table. That was my Saturday night activity. It was making vegan wontons and
looked
folding.
Absolutely amazing.
They look adorable. I can't wait to eat them. They're in my freezer right now, ready to. I haven't even tried one yet, but I know the filling tasted good, so I can't imagine that.
So what's the filling? What you got in there?
The filling is ginger, scallion, tofu, and cabbage.
Oh, wow.
Doesn't necessarily sound delicious, but it's got a bunch of chili paste and fresh ginger, and it's it tasted good. But so I'll make, instead of pork-filled wontons, they'll be that.
Yeah, pork-filled wontons are delicious.
Pork-filled wontons are delicious. Like, one of my favorite things from Chinese restaurant is just wonton soup.
Yeah.
That's my, like, people want chicken noodle soup when they're sick. I want wonton soup.
Yeah. Because it's especially if you get it from if you can learn how to make really good wonton soup, it's really it really blows your mind. I worked for a guy. I worked in the mall, and I worked in this place called the Lotus Express, I think it was, or Kelly's Cajun Grill. It was like a joint operation where you could switch from one to the other. So I went to one to the other or whatever. But the guy that was running the place at the time, like the supervisor, they made like they had cooks there
Right.
that made like the wonton soup like that got served to people. But he said, "You want real wonton soup? I'm going to show you real wonton soup." He went back there, and for like I think 30 to 45 minutes to an hour, he just went back there. He did his thing, and he was making wonton soup.
Oh my god.
He comes back. He's got like one of those like quarter containers of it.
Yeah.
And he hands it to me. He's like, "Taste that." And I tasted it. And it was like the most like it was flavorful.
They do like a salt broth with them that's so good, like this clear salt broth.
It just had so much flavor, and it was
Yeah.
just so off the cuff.
Yeah.
Where it was just like it was awesome. Like it had every type of flavor.
Ugh.
It had every flavor in it. I wouldn't even think of was a flavor.
Yeah.
You know, it was really good. It was really good. I remember him, Ray. He was such a goofball, but I guess he was from Hong Kong.
Yeah.
So, but he originally like did business in like New Jersey, and he came down here, and I guess he tried it out, and he just kind of moved back because he's like, I don't like it.
Gotcha.
You know, so he kind of just lives in Jersey now. But he was a great guy. He was funny.
Yeah.
He was an older guy, but he was funny.
You know, what they don't have down here that they have up north is like white tablecloth Chinese restaurants.
Yeah.
You can't find those down here. There was like one in my hometown growing up, but it closed when I was a kid.
Yeah.
But up north in Philadelphia and then in New York, I used to go in the
Long
suburbs of New York.
Oh yeah.
When I was in Katona, my aunt lived there, and then I lived in Bronxville, and right by Yonkers, and there was like one like right there in the center of town. It was fantastic and different than what you get at like the takeout place here. Like, it's like not even the same food.
Yeah. No.
Not that I don't love cheap Chinese takeout on occasion.
Oh yeah.
But
no, there was a couple places up north that are actually still open. There was the Mushroom in Long Island.
yeah.
Shout out to Long Island.
Yep.
That's Suffolk County, Lindenhurst. If you're down in Lindenhurst and you want good Chinese food, sit down table, white cloth, whatever, go to the Mushroom. They'll hook you up.
Yeah.
There was that place, and there was another place I think off of Sunrise Highway, down like going towards the end of the island. That was pretty good. That me and my folks back in the day when I was little, we used to go there all the time.
Yeah.
It was just, I mean, they would come. You know, it's just like it's a regular restaurant. Like they just came to your table and you just ordered.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like you can't even find like not a one of that down here.
No, not really at all. I don't even think I've been in a Chinese restaurant.
I've been at a buffet. Like they have plenty of buffets.
Yeah, well, even the one I remember from a kid turned into a Chinese buffet eventually, than being what it originally was. And you could still order off the menu, but like
it wasn't really.
The whole place changed. It used to have like the fish tanks in the wall of like the fish that they were. I mean, it was.
They try to replicate that. They really do, and there's some places that do a good job, but it's just like it's still a buffet, you know.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, you know, it's a buffet.
Yeah.
But some of them are really good, and then some of them are like,
yeah,
you better bring some Tums or something. Like that.
I'm not a big fan of the Chinese buffet. I
got off buffets.
In general, anything. As my mother and I would both say, anything that requires a piece of equipment called a sneeze guard.
Yeah,
I'm not really interested in, and like
nope.
nobody watches their children when they're up there putting their
their
fingers in things.
Like,
nope, I'm good.
Yeah, I swore off.
Buffets. I will go to there is an Indian restaurant buffet here in Jacksonville that I will go to. Fifth Element, it's fantastic.
Oh yeah, no,
and it's different. The Indian food, but they like time date stamp everything that comes out. It's super clean.
They're really meticulous about it. Yeah, there's some places that do that I will still like if I'm just out of the area and I'm just like, all right, just this place is fine. I'll go there and just I'll have lunch there because I've been there before, obviously, but but there's just some places that's just scary. You're just like, oh, I'm not going in there. It's crazy.
Now, what other food movies? There's one of my other most favorite movies of all time is a subtitled movie from Mexico called Like Water for Chocolate.
Yeah, you mentioned that the other day.
Yeah, I love that one. It's way more. It's subtitled and it's about a daughter. It's maybe during the time of the Mexican Revolution.
Oh, okay.
Going on because there's definitely soldiers and like guerrilla soldiers and things like that.
Right.
But that she's the youngest daughter, and so her job is that she's supposed to take care of her mother as her mom ages. That she's never to get married.
Right.
Meanwhile, her sister can get married, and she falls in love with the boy from down the way, and in order to remain close, he decides to propose to and marry her sister.
Oh, wow.
And then he moves into the family home with them, and
Right.
but and it's one of these ones where she cooks her emotions into her food.
Right.
So there's all these sort of fantastical scenes of like they've just like they're in love, and so she makes like a chicken dish with rose petals, and everybody like becomes overwhelmed.
I gotta check that out because that sounds interesting.
It's a beautiful film,
Yeah.
and I would suggest if you're up for it, watch the version where you read the subtitles. There is a dubbed version,
Right.
but for me, the dubbed it just doesn't feel right
Yeah.
the way they voiced it over. But the other thing that I love, and I love a good, hard as I try to pretend I am, I really do like a nice romance. Like at the end of the day, and it's actually on set romance. The actor that plays the love interest is Italian.
Yeah.
She was Mexican, I believe, and the actor fell in love on set shooting this film.
Oh, wow.
And got together.
Huh.
And I was like, oh, it's so beautiful.
Wow.
I think it came out in the early 90s. I remember
Yeah.
watching it in high school and being super into it, but I've watched it. It comes from a book, like Water for Chocolate, and it was like a novella, and I think it was released in pieces with recipes.
Yeah.
And then someone turned it into a movie, so I have a copy of it somewhere in the depths of my stuff.
Nice.
But I love that one. That's a sweet film.
Yeah, I gotta check that out. I've been meaning to. Because you mentioned it the other day, and I was just like, oh yeah, I forgot
It's
about
a good,
that one.
yeah. It's a good watch.
That and the other one, Chocolat.
Yes.
That?
Yep.
Yeah.
With Juliette Binoche and Johnny Depp.
Yeah.
Right.
Isn't Ralph Fiennes in it? Is that?
Maybe.
I'm thinking maybe that's. I don't know. Maybe it might be. It might be that one. I'm not sure, but
Yeah.
again, I haven't seen that one either. I
Yeah.
mention all these movies I haven't seen, but yeah, like that one was pretty good. I think it's just about I think it's about a chocolatier. That's why it's named Chocolat.
Yeah.
But I know I think I may have seen like a snip of it.
I saw it years ago. I couldn't tell you the whole plot of it.
But I think in the beginning, I think it takes place in France. I think.
Yeah.
And it's just kind of like in the 50s and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it just starts out as they're in
Yeah.
like a store, like a storefront, and then it just shows them making chocolate or her making chocolate. So but yeah.
I'm waiting for someone to make an Anthony Bourdain biopic.
Yeah.
Not that we don't already have some stuff out there that's like biopics. Like,
Well,
I mean, because Burnt, the movie Burnt, kind of.
It kind of mimics that
a little bit. Like his, because he came to fame. He wrote a book called Kitchen Confidential, which I loved.
Right.
And that was actually made into like one season of a show.
Right.
And it was Bradley Cooper that played the character, which is kind of funny that then later on he's in the movie.
Yeah.
But it didn't make it past the first season. And that was a book based on his experiences working in kitchens in New York.
Oh wow.
But did you text me?
No,
There's
I think my
something
phone's
wrong
going
with your phone.
crazy or
Because
something.
I was gonna say.
I had a. So I was thinking,
Yeah, you. I just got a text from you at 1:32 asking when I'm expecting you.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know what's
Interesting.
going on. That's crazy.
Weird.
It's just like repeating itself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Odd. Huh.
I don't
Kind of funny. But anyway, sorry. I just
No,
was
it's
like, why are
Yeah, it's just.
with your mind, you're texting me. Anyway, so yeah, but I even just I don't know. He's my favorite like food celebrity. Anthony Bourdain was.
Yeah.
But in general, he's just been one of my favorite people.
Yeah.
Like overall, I just his every incarnation of shows that he did, I really enjoyed. I've watched just about everything because I love the idea of travel and food and connecting with people, and he really.
I used to watch him, and I couldn't really tell you any episode in particular, but he did an episode with that one guy that eats anything. That bald guy.
Andrew Zimmerman.
Yeah. He would just eat like cockroaches and all kinds of nasty, just crazy stuff.
Yeah.
The man with the iron stomach, I think they call him, or something like that.
Yeah.
And,
No, he will. Yeah, and the weirder stuff it is, he'll eat it. I mean, I've tried some oddball stuff over the years, but.
Me too. Like, what's the weirdest food that you think you've tried over the years?
I mean, I had guinea pig when I was in South America, so that happened.
What?
Yeah.
Can you say what part of South America? Or?
We were in Peru.
Oh, in Peru.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Other than that,
I like that you're worldly, by the way. I like that part.
my family went on some cool vacations when I was younger. And then what else have I had?
Water, still from work.
I'm trying to. I mean, I've tried all the different like oddball cuts. I mean, cheeks and liver and tripe, which is the stomach lining. That's a big like Philly Italian thing. They do tripe in the sandwiches, which I've actually had like a tripe sandwich and it was good. But they cook the daylights out of it for forever.
Yeah, it takes forever to cook, right?
Yeah.
I heard it's good though because it's like a lot of nutrient dense type of.
All of your
organs.
awful. OFFAL cuts. I like awful. Cuts really do provide. I mean, liver is, and I remember having liver as a child and hating it. I've had it as an adult, and it is a certain taste, but it is good. It has to be prepared better. My mom was not the best cook, and so liver and onions made by my mother when I was a child was probably not the best introduction to that kind of food.
Yeah.
I've had soup where there was like fish eyeball. I had an fish eyeball. I've had some odd stuff in Asian restaurants in Philly, like in Vietnamese and all that, like different pieces, tendon, beef tendon, that kind of stuff. I've had all that with eating Vietnamese pho. Like I'll order the weird, soup. I'll get the odd one. Yeah. I mean, and try it. But
what about sinew? Is there such thing as a sinew type of?
I think that might be what tendon.
That's tendon.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Kind of. So. All that stuff, though, if it goes in the pressure cooker long enough, it's all edible.
It's all edible.
Yeah. Just cook the daylights out until it breaks down. Yeah.
Yeah. Pressure cookers are great, aren't they?
They are. I got 2 years ago for Christmas an Instapot. And because I had an old school pressure cooker when I moved from Philly, it didn't make the move somehow. But the Instapot, and I've cooked some stuff, and I mean I use it mostly for like rice and stuff now, but I totally things like making carnitas in 45 minutes instead of 6 hours. Yeah. Good stuff. So it's a handy dandy little thing. Yeah. Like I could probably get away with just that, a toaster oven and like a hot plate if I ever needed to. Truly.
Yeah. You make it work because I mean you have.
I can figure it out.
Yeah.
I actually just got a toaster from Amazon the other day because I gave my toaster oven to my ex when he moved out. Like I felt bad. I don't know why I feel guilty about stuff. Like he was leaving, but I'm just like, like I made like a little pile of things for him to take, and I was like, you take the toaster oven because he always used it. And then no sooner did he do that than I was like, God, I really want to make toast. So I waited a while, and finally the other day I was looking for a toaster. I didn't want to spend more than $20. I was for sure gonna be able to. It was hard to find one that didn't look like it was a real piece of junk. I found one for like $17 on Amazon. That was worth it. That was nice. But somebody was like, just get one at like the resale store or like the Goodwill, and I'm like, I don't want to use toaster. Yeah, no. Like I want my own, only my crumbs in that toaster. Yeah. I don't want somebody else's used toaster. I'm good.
Yeah, like that becomes hectic if you.
Yeah, because I'm also the person who doesn't believe in like if it gets really bad, like instead of cleaning it, like I just throw it away and buy a new one. Yeah.
It kind of gets to where you have to kind of you have to really clean it out. You have to kind of double clean it.
Trash.
And something like that.
It's time for a new one.
It's really time for a new one. Yeah. I love kitchen appliances. I
can
just talk about kitchen appliances.
Oh yeah.
I could definitely see you. I could definitely see you in like the test kitchen, just doing your thing and just like because that's the kind of realm that they're in. Like you have that kind of brain where you just kind of you put time into like a recipe and you kind of just write it down and you make sure stuff like that.
I am. I when I worked on the food truck in Philly. The owner, my boss, he was a real piece of work, and there were some good things about him, but he was like just such a miser about stuff, and like I think he was very closed-minded how he saw things, but we fought a lot. It's also hot and tight quarters, and I'm a very dominant personality, and he was too, and we went round and round. It's one of the only times I've ever like argued with my boss. Yeah. And like I mean things like getting off the truck and getting on the bus. And going back home and leaving him in the middle of a vend.
Right.
And showing back up to work the next day. Right. And not a word about it. Because he knew and I knew that, like, it was wrong of me to do that. It was wrong of him to do what he did. And, But I did a lot of... He did a lot of manning of the grill when we were out vending. And I did the window and prep and all that stuff and customer service things. But I did a lot of the labor in the commissary.
Yeah.
Prepping and all that stuff, including coming up with all the specials and all of that. Those were generally my brainchild.
Right.
And one of the things was I make barbecue sauce from scratch, and I made my own barbecue sauce. And I made it every time we did a special with the barbecue sauce. And I wrote it all down for him, but I didn't write it all down for him. And after we had our final blowout and I quit about 2 weeks later, he's like, listen, I can't get this barbecue sauce. Something's not right about it. And I just texted back, of course it's not right. You don't have all the ingredients. I was like, you don't get that. That is mine. It's not Disney. You don't own anything I came up with while I worked for you. P.S. It's a quarter cup of maple syrup, Matt.
Yeah.
Hope he's not listening. He was an asshole. The truck failed a year later.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure he's not going anywhere.
He did not believe in customers ever being right.
Really?
Oh, he would just argue, and I'm like, just give him a new burger, man.
Yeah.
Like, they're gonna, and it was like the dawning of Yelp and all that. Like, we had some Yelp reviews, like the surly hipster in the stupid hat. And I'm like, that's him.
Surly hipster.
So the first time someone was like, the lady at the window said, I'm like, did someone just call me a lady? I've never been referred to as a lady. Like, that broad, that bitch.
Yes.
But,
Oh
yeah.
my god.
Oh, I missed I loved vending on the food truck. I loved the hectic, like, I loved looking out and seeing a line mile long. One of my favorites is we'd count, like, we have 20 burgers left. I'd be like, all right, how many burgers? All right, you in the pink shirt, you're the last one. No more burgers after that. If you're waiting on burgers, sorry.
Yeah.
Like, better come see us next time. Like, I think it's a good thing to run out of food towards the end of the time you're supposed to be out, but, like, making people get there that much earlier, willing to wait, like, we did good for a while. It was a fun time, and I learned a lot, and I feel like I learned a lot of what not to do as well. Yeah. But I would thrive well in that environment. I would love to not punch a clock for somebody else anymore.
Yeah, to do it for yourself would be it
would be fantastic.
To do it for yourself is that's the ultimate goal, pretty much, is just to kind of work for yourself.
Yes.
And at the end of the day.
Yeah, I don't mind putting in 15-hour days if it's for me.
Yeah, because you know it's just you're appeasing yourself.
Yeah.
And you know, maybe if you can't pay yourself off right at first, you'll be okay eventually if you just keep at it. Yeah. You just gotta love it. You just gotta love whatever you're doing. Yeah. You just gotta love it.
Absolutely.
Back to movies.
Yes.
We had.
I mean, I have a segue from the chef to that, but it's not about food.
Oh no, that's fine.
I finished The Mandalorian.
Oh.
John Favreau. Oh my God, I did.
Yeah.
So good.
Oh yeah, he did a few of those, didn't he? Did he direct some of those, or
didn't he do the whole? He wrote it.
He wrote it, right?
Yeah, he wrote the whole thing and directed it. It's his brainchild. He came up with Baby Yoda.
You can cuss me out in the comments for saying that. Yeah, he came up with Baby Yoda.
Yeah.
I didn't know he did the whole thing.
Which the internet loves, and I am all for it.
Oh yes, yes. Oh my God, it's all over
I may or may not be following hashtag Baby Yoda on
I think a lot of people are. I think it's becoming a thing.
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm glad that there's still the picture of the lady yelling at the cat memes coming up. Yeah, I'm glad that hasn't gone away yet. Cause I'm a big fan of that. But I love the Baby Yodas. I haven't loved some of these. I truly, but
I laugh every time I see one. It's always so good.
Yeah, but for me, like the whole Baby Yoda thing, my favorite movie as a kid, other than Rock and Roll High School, was Gremlins.
Gremlins, yes.
And Baby Yoda bears a striking resemblance to Gizmo.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the same cuteness
only
factor.
Green. Yeah.
Little ears, and I'm a fan. I think I need one.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that they're going to be coming up with like plushes and stuff like that pretty soon.
Yeah. Well, I was reading that they purposely didn't there was nothing leading up to Mandalorian. You didn't see Baby Yoda till
it came out.
Till it came out. Yeah. And so they don't have a lot of merchandise ready. There's a lot of knockoff merchandise being made, but you know.
I don't think Hasbro's caught on that market yet. Yeah. Hasbro pretty much makes all those toys.
Yeah. But no, I thought that it was an excellent show. I
loved it. I haven't seen the last 2 episodes yet. I know.
I'll shut my mouth.
No.
It's like the last episode I saw twice because the boy got off work and came over.
The boy.
And like the dude, and we put it on, and he fell asleep like 90 seconds later, and I kept being like, "All right, wake up." I'm not gonna turn this off. Like I was like, "Are you sure?" And then like a couple things happened. I was like, "You're missing it." And so he said, "I can't believe you watched it all without me." I was like, "Are you kidding me? It was the finale of a show, and you were awake when we hit play."
Yeah.
That leaves me free and clear to finish the episode. That's it. But I'll rewatch it. So we watched it again. Yeah. Like he went to look down at his phone at something. I was like, "Don't look at your phone. You're about to miss it." So it's very good. It's a good show.
I haven't seen it yet, but I've been dying to check it out.
Slacking.
I know.
thought you were a super fan.
I am, but it's just when I get home, I get into other things like Bon Appetit Kitchen.
I was gonna say because
And
you're
then
just
I
watching
just
videos on how to make your own now or laters.
Yeah, now and laters and cakes and cookies and all kinds of junk food.
I
Stuff
can't watch
shouldn't
any of
eat
that
at
right
all.
now. That's just like porn to me. I
It
haven't.
really is.
Well, and yeah, because I know that there's vegan versions of that stuff, but I don't want it, and I don't want any of it because I'm trying to lose weight, and so I'm trying to those are still high calorie even if they're vegan.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, I just have to train my brain off of sugar for a little while.
Me too.
It's hard.
It's really difficult.
Dude, I ate. We were talking about this on the last one. Like, I ate everything in my office, like on the back table, and there's still shit back there, and I just like walk past and don't look at it. Like, there's still cookies from Christmas.
Oh my
back
gosh.
there. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Like, yeah, it's
Cookies
insane. It's too much food.
Yeah. Yeah, that can get you. Like, the holidays get you because it's just like, especially if you have family over and everybody's cooking, everybody's making things, and it's just it's the time of year where you don't have to worry about that.
Yeah, everybody gives themselves like
yeah.
free reign. I did, and I put a few pounds back on. I'd been so good the last several months of at least not gaining, even if I wasn't losing. And I did. I put a few on over the holidays, but they're coming back off already. It'd be fine.
Yeah.
I went back to the gym.
Oh, okay. Cool. Which gym are you going to?
Oh, they call it the rape and stab gym because it's behind a strip mall down the street here, and like you have to walk like past like the parking lot, and like it just looks like it's bushes and like an alleyway, but in fact there's an entrance to the gym that's behind the wellness center. It's $10 a month.
Oh wow, that's
and
good.
I get a key and I can go there whenever I want, but I do not go there late at night by myself.
Right.
Even though I'm pretty sure it'd be okay, I'm iffy about it.
Yeah, you can't take any
But
chances.
if you sign in, there's lots of signs that say there's cameras, so there's probably not cameras.
Right.
Right. That's how I look around. I don't see
yeah.
any. Yeah. But no, it's adjoined to the front part of the shopping center has a wellness center in it. like I don't know, they have like hair salon, they do Botox, but also like weight loss and then vaccines. It's very weird. I don't know anything about it except that I owed them for several months.
Yeah.
And I finally had to be like, is anybody in the office? Like, well, we're gonna leave soon unless you can come down here. And race down there. And then they forgave me 2 of the months. Like, when is the last time you paid? I'm like, don't you have my information?
Yeah.
They just and then I thought about their guys are just giving a key to anybody. But I never see anyone else in there. It's like I rent my own private gym.
Wow.
And it's just workout equipment, a few treadmills. My favorite treadmill is broken right now.
Yeah.
I'm sure they're not going to fix it anytime soon. But
it
it
needs to be reset. That's what happened to mine.
Oh, maybe I should just unplug it and plug it back in for them.
Well, there's a button. I don't know if yours does this, but there's like a fuse button that's in the front of mine. And I went down. I was like, all right, the treadmill's not working. It's like, all right, someone has to go reset it. And I'm like, okay. So I tried plugging it in and unplugging it and everything like that, and nothing was happening. But then I looked down the front, and there's this little. This is not really important, and no one cares about this. But
now everybody knows how to reset their treadmill.
There's a little red button in the front. If you look in the front of your treadmill, if you have a treadmill at home that's not working, go in the front of it and look for a little red button.
Reset. All right.
Reset that damn thing.
Because the thing turns on, but then it won't move, so something's not working with it.
It's exercise economics right there.
Yeah.
For you. Yeah, that's a slow climb for me because I'm just getting where I could get a place that's affordable, but they're building a place around the corner. I think we discussed that last time.
Yeah. I can't do the Planet Fitness. Too many people in those.
Yeah, there's a lot of people in those.
Yeah.
I mean,
and I work out at home. We both have the kettlebell.
Yeah, we both have the kettlebells and stuff, and we do that.
I do my yoga
calisthenics and
sometimes.
stuff. I feel like if I move around, if I kind of just get a good stretch in, or at least go for a walk or something like that, I'm okay.
Yeah,
I don't need to
walking is actually one of the best, especially if you've been sedentary. One of the best things to start losing weight is just to lower your calorie intake and start walking. Mm-hmm. That'll start to take it off in a fairly rapid pace if you're paying attention. That's part of what I've been doing is I'm watching my calorie intake, and I know that you can do the tricks like keto, this and that, but also if you just are at a calorie deficit every day, eventually you'll start to lose weight. Yeah. So that's what I'm trying. I'm taking in 1,200 calories a day. Mm-hmm. Honestly, it's not.
I think mine fluctuates. It goes from up and down because I eat different things, and sometimes I'm not paying attention. Sometimes I'm like, okay, maybe I should not eat this. Yeah. It just depends. But
Oh, and then Glass, we're going to talk this week about setting up a time for us to go glass blowing and make our own glasses at the studio.
We've been talking about this for
a while now. But now we actually have to do it. We need to do it.
And we're going to film it. It's going to be an actual video on on the YouTubes.
Yeah. Fun.
But, yeah. I know. I saw that you have Protest Kitchen and Thug Kitchen on your table.
Yeah.
That was pretty
both
neat.
vegan. Not unrelated, not the same author, but yeah, Thug Kitchen, I got that for Mikey for Christmas, and it's all like vegan recipes. It's like, and then you throw that shit in the blender, yo. Like, it's hilarious. The Protest Kitchen is like about eating to like save the planet and like, what does it say? It's fight injustice, save the planet, and fuel your resistance one meal at a time.
Yeah.
Like, so
that's pretty
picked
cool.
that up. Yeah. No, pretty much like that bookshelf over there is just all cookbooks.
I saw that. I was like, holy shit, she's got a lot of cookbooks.
Chef, like, biographies and all sorts of stuff.
Yeah. My mom did the same thing. She had like a lot of cookbooks, and she had like she had this huge book. It's probably as thick as one of those over there.
Yeah.
Of just baking. It was like a chocolate baking centric book.
Oh, yeah.
Where it was just nothing but like chocolate making recipes of cake and fudge and different confections. And I used to look through that thing and be like, I'm going to make that, I'm going to make that,
I'm
going to make that.
I do that. One of my favorite ones is like Asian, like all the top dishes from Asia cookbook. It's pretty in depth.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Yeah, I recently watched, what was it? What the hell was it? What was it called? Oh, no. I wanted to say that something about waiting, even though it's not like a cooking.
It's restaurant related though.
Food movie.
It's got some food scenes in it.
It's more like the food is like the prop.
Yeah.
Because everything else is just like so much more important than the food. They don't make the food the actual like center of the whole movie.
Right.
But it's just funny how they wrangle comedy with like that type of atmosphere.
Yeah.
And then have their own game and stuff like that.
Restaurants in general is a good backdrop for a lot of comedy.
Yeah.
I mean, in general in life, I mean, some of my funnier moments have been with the staff of the restaurants I've worked at. Like, my bartending days have some of the best stories ever.
Yeah.
Like, I wish that they had just been filming us sometimes. They could have just followed us around with the camera for the shenanigans that went down in one place I worked at for years. Just...
Yeah, those kind of
debauchery and it was fun times.
Because I see like, would you buy food in like a strip club?
I have.
I mean,
so
I don't know how
I've definitely had some
is.
chicken fingers at Wacko's over there on Emerson before. I heard they had the best chicken fingers in town. I happened to be there. I was like, I'm going to try these chicken fingers. I heard they're good. But it's not my favorite place to have food prepared. But I'm also quite aware that anywhere that food prepared is probably not a place I want to know they're preparing food.
Yeah, because
like I've seen some dirty kitchens.
Yeah, I have too. It's kind of terrible.
Yeah.
But there's a place over in, I think it's Lake City.
Yeah.
It's a country style place. Again, it's a buffet, but they have really good food. Yeah. I mean, it's tied up to where they have like log cabin homes, little like models they're selling or whatever, and they, honey in a jar, hats and like shirts, and it's attached to the mall over there.
Yeah. Okay.
Or like a small mall over there.
Nice.
So.
All right, we have to pause for a moment.
Okay.
Pee.
Okay. Go pee. Go pee.
All right.
I'll just talk to the dogs or something like that. Yeah.
The dogs.
I'll talk to the puppies. Feed them treats. Yeah. We're gonna take a little break. Have a little water, let the dogs stretch their legs, and let bladders be emptied, because it's just one of those days where your bladder just fills up and you just can't help yourself. I'm filling my bladder up right now. Good old water. Gotta love it. Oh, yeah. Trying to keep this going because... I don't know. You never know. We're pausing, and we're taking 5. This is what happens when you don't have a pause button. I suppose I could hit pause, but I'm not sure where it is. And she's back.
I'm back.
She's like how I talked to myself the entire time.
There you go. Yeah, all right. You're like me in the car. I've solved all the world's problems while I was in the car before. just forgot about it by the time I got out.
I often do that because I'll get to where, because you know about me by now that I drive for a living, and I'll get to where I'll get into a conversation with myself, and I'll just go off. I'll do it like in the middle of like listening to podcasts.
Oh yeah, and all of a sudden you realize you're not listening to them anymore, and you're listening to yourself.
Because my mind can just go. Like I had that problem in school where my mind went everywhere, and if I wasn't focused, I wasn't listening. Because I was off in another world listening to something else. Yeah. Or daydream or whatever the teachers called it. And
not focusing.
Not focusing. Wear your glasses. I got that kind of thing. And yeah, it was just kind of like the aspect of me, listening to a podcast, figuring out what I want, getting my ride set for the day, and then I'm talking through like half of it, just because I'll have a thought, and then I'll just go off and I'll just start talking, and I don't realize I'm doing it until I'm doing it, and it's so odd because people that don't know that about me, they'll come up and they'll be like, "Are you talking to yourself?" And I'm like, "Yeah."
Oh,
I just admit it.
I do it at work sometimes, and my door is open, and I'll realize like somebody may have heard me having a conversation. With myself. Oh yeah. And I never was really counseled about it, or never really, like my parents never really said, oh, that's weird, you should go seek help or got help. I don't know that it's that weird.
I don't think so. Like I'm used to it.
I mean, I know other people that have said they do the same thing, so I think it's just something people don't necessarily talk about.
Right.
But I mean, I have arguments in my car. Like I will also.
Yeah, I do that too.
Will have a one-sided conversation with a person that I need to have it out with, and like I'll do that.
Yeah, I don't know, because it's like I'll get to where I know I'm boring the dog. He's just like, I'm not going to listen to this crap all day. I get to where I just my brain is thinking out loud, and that's what it is for me. That's what I come to the conclusion of, where it's just like open thoughts, where they just come out, and I just kind of let it all out. I'm in the car, like no one can hear me, but I mean,
talk it out, man. It's
to myself. But I've noticed, like, since I know like when to do it, when not to do it, or when people are around to kind of just govern what I say or how I say it, or if I'm going to say something, just say this thing, not that thing.
Right.
Don't offend somebody. Oh, did I say this? Or did I say that? Go back and forth. My neuroses are insane.
Yeah.
They really are. They're really. Anyway.
No, yeah, I was gonna say the dude called. They said he's like, I love it when you get uptight about something. I was like, I'm not uptight. And then I was like, and then I started to think, I was like Vince is uptight about you. Like I can see it in you sometimes. Like,
oh, me?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Or like how you immediately. I don't want to speak like I know you like.
No.
But like no, but like you immediately see the thing like, well, be careful with this. Like you.
Oh yeah.
It's almost. I would say mom-like, but like I think about like how my mom would be like, well, but, and she sees these like, I'm like, whatever, like I'll lock my door, whatever.
You were right.
What?
Yeah.
What do you mean you don't lock your door? I'll lock my door. Like my back door's open, windows open, it's fine. It's daylight.
Yeah. I do get crazy like that.
Yeah.
I do, but I think you're right. I think it just comes from a mom place where it's just like, because my mom was like that too, where she was just, she was always worried about stuff and just kind of. Just in a nervous space all the time, but like just not in a bad way. It was just kind of the way she was. So it's just my like crazy neuroses. I just get crazy with things.
Oh, man.
And it's the OCD too, because it's just like, if you have that and you just know, if you're a type of person where you probably know where everything is in this house.
I know where nothing is.
You know nothing is.
I know where nothing is.
Well, that's egg on my face there.
Yeah. No, I'm not. I know I'm not. No, I do know where. No, I've. It's nuts in here right now.
Well, I'm saying like you're neat to where it's like if you needed to find like a book or a recipe or
I could probably find it.
Whatever.
As long as we don't go in that extra bedroom.
That extra bedroom's a mess. You showed me that bedroom. It's
got bad vibes. I still have it. It's where Eric was living the last
that's where it goes crazy.
month or so, and it was already sort of a weird catch-all room. And then anything that didn't please me out here that I wasn't getting rid of has literally just gotten pitched, and the Christmas trees put together, but in there. Like, I just moved it all in there, and I've shut the door on it. I'm like, I will get to that in a few weeks.
Yeah.
I don't need it, but...
I gotta tell you, I thought this was a two-story house for some reason. I don't know why.
Oh. Oh, when I talked about it?
I
Or?
guess so.
Oh.
Because it was just, you were proud. Oh, obviously you're proud of your house. But for some reason I got in my head again where I thought it was 2 stories.
Or I was hiding my bedroom, like my
Yeah.
bunker.
Yeah.
No, it's just that front
It
room
was just
out
that
there.
front room.
Yeah.
So, but
So.
anyway, so we talked food talk and we mentioned movies. What are some of your favorites that you think besides like Anthony Bourdain or whatever kind of
What, culinary people or?
either culinary people that were featured in movies or your favorite movie out of any like kitchen-based food movie. Do you have a favorite or?
I think Chef is actually my favorite one.
Yeah.
Honestly, it really truly spoke to me in a lot of ways.
I don't think there's a whole bunch of food movies made.
There's some bad ones.
There's some bad ones.
Yeah, and there's Big Night with Isabella Rossellini, and that's a fantastic one.
Uh-huh.
My darling Issa.
Yeah.
And so that's a good one. There's a couple on, but then there's like some terrible ones I remember from like the 90s. Like I want to say like the chick who plays Buffy the Vampire Slayer is in like a really bad one that I remember watching several times. I can't remember what it was called, but it's her and like maybe Sean Patrick Flannery. And she like cooks food and like magical things. It's always food. It is interesting how oftentimes food is portrayed as this thing, and they talk about cooking with love.
Uh-huh.
And I think there's not a ton of movies about cooking, but there are some more like Sundance films and Cannes films that focus on that as an art form. But oftentimes it's that the food will begin to express itself and cause like had magical properties to it, which I think is cool because I do feel like I know that
it touches
that's the way I care about somebody. I make them food.
Right.
That's a big thing for me. And like whenever I have people over, that's the first thing I'm like, I don't know what I'm gonna make. Hang on, like I have to like make something and that I'm proud of it. I mean, I brought food over and cooked brunch for you. Like you're my friend. I want to do this thing.
Yeah, yeah. You connect. A lot of people like you say you connect with that. You connect. Yeah. That's like an extension of who you are.
Yeah, and so there are some great films about that. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of that one movie that I have yet to check out, and it's a really old one that I've heard was really good. Is Soul Food? That movie?
I've never seen that.
I think it was back in the 90s. It was made.
Oh.
Yeah, it's an old. It's like just southern cooking. What like I think there's a few good actors in it.
Yeah.
But I heard good things about that.
I'll have to look it up and see if it's on.
It
Netflix.
should be.
I'll need something to do later on today.
It should be either. I don't think it's on Netflix, but I'm almost sure it's on Amazon.
Oh.
If anything.
Cool.
But a lot of Food Network.
Yeah, I watch.
Sometimes they're showing on Food Network and stuff like that.
Oh, I watch like my ex-husband, he really wanted me to go on Chopped, but I was explaining to him like I don't cook professionally. But I've been to culinary school, so I don't know that I qualify. Yeah. Because I don't hit the amateur, because I do have training, but I don't work professionally. I don't know. But I also, because I watch that show, like some people watch like sports, like, oh, what are you doing? Bad call. Like me watching Chopped is like my dad watching a football game. Like he's yelling at the coach, I'm yelling, that pan's not hot enough. What are you doing?
There's so many like cooking shows like that now.
It's a ton. No, I mean honestly, I think that's. I've watched every episode of Top Chef that's ever been made, and I've watched them more than once. I watched Chopped. I even watch all the Gordon Ramsay shows. Yeah. I love him. I actually like him. He's got his Americanized, like his American television personality is very different. I watched his like Kitchen Nightmares when it was for the BBC. Before
his earlier stuff?
It's earlier ones, and he's nicer. Like, he'll give them a hard time, but he doesn't have this explosive, like, you fucking donkey and smashing plates. Like, he's got the best insults, by the way, out there. Like, he could yell at me any day of the week.
Oh, yeah.
Like, but at the same time, from what I understand, really good person. Mm-hmm. And he's paid for, like, culinary school for people that have been on his shows, giving them jobs in his restaurants, people that didn't win. Like, he seems to truly care. Yeah. But I think he's hilarious, and I'll watch his, like, Fox Network shows any day of the week. And in fact, even my YouTube, there's lots of stuff of me watching, like, clips of him on YouTube, like, compilations of all that, like, that soothes me. I'll watch that at the end of the night, just watching him yell. Yeah. So no, I like him a lot.
His really earlier stuff though, I was catching like his earlier, like this was years ago. I'd catch like a lot of his earlier BBC stuff, like before
he ever got
Kitchen.
signed over here. Yeah.
Yeah, before he was even in the United States.
Yeah.
You know, before all that, and it's a more raw look of Gordon Ramsay. It's a raw cut of him where he's just starting out. He's been in the business for years at that point.
Right.
But he's not on television yet. Like he's not in that
No,
limelight
he hasn't hit that. No, and now it's almost a character he plays.
Right.
Whereas before he just had a little bit of attitude and he would get frustrated, but he was not.
I think it's because I've heard bad things about, and I don't know if this is true or not because I've never been to the UK.
Oh, British food?
Yeah, I've heard that it's terrible, but I don't know.
I mean, I think that they don't. I mean, other than fish and... What can you think of other than fish and chips and Yorkshire puddings? Like, not much else.
Fish and chips, Yorkshires and pudding, bangers and mash.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, that's pretty much their mainline dish, but then...
I know they have beans for breakfast, so I like beans come on the plate.
Beans for breakfast.
Yeah.
And I know that, like, they're limited, but when it comes to their gourmet stuff, it's a different world. It's like a way different world.
Yeah.
And I always make this theory in my head, like, I think that's why he was so angry, because he couldn't find good food. He was getting mad at everybody that couldn't cook, because he was just like so pissed off.
Yeah.
You know, because he was just kind of, felt insulted that no one could cook as good as him.
Yeah.
But like a really raw Gordon, and then like when he came over here, he molded himself into. It looked like he was being mean, and everybody construed it that way.
We want to see that. There's the British Baking Show. I don't know if you've seen that on Netflix. The Great British Baking Show, which was a PBS show.
Oh, yeah.
But in Britain, and that's like taking the... I know people that haven't cooked a day in their life, they love watching the show, and it's like just various people from Britain cooking in a competition in a tent in a garden.
Yeah.
And the winner gets like a plaque and like a pat on the back, and they get to stay there. And it's the sweetest show. The contestants help each other out and all that. And it's like, to me, I think it's a great show of the difference between what Americans want in their reality TV versus the rest of the world. But I think that there's been an overwhelming response in the U.S. for this show, like that it's sweet and people really enjoy it. It's like maybe I don't know how much of it is Hollywood and TV pushing it on us, which maybe that's not what everything needs to be. Although at the same time, my guilty pleasure is shows like Temptation Island and The Bachelor in Paradise. I think I've said it before in here. Like if you take singles and you ply them with alcohol and you put them on an island together, I'm watching, and I'm watching because I want to see someone cry.
Yeah,
like it's a really mean part of me that comes out when I watch it. I'm like, shh, hang on, she thinks she's in love. She just met him 5 minutes ago, and now she's gonna cry. I can't wait to see this happen.
Yeah.
So maybe we are a little more mean-spirited than
I mean, I know that. Let's be honest. The United States as a whole, we're like the fattest country in the whole world.
Yeah.
You know, and that's terrible.
Yeah.
And I mean, there's people out there that wouldn't attest to that or agree to that, but it's the truth.
It is the truth.
Because
statistics don't lie.
Yeah, they don't, and it's like we eat. That's like the main thing that Americans. They love to do is eat, and it's like 3 times a day, and everybody eats, but it's like not like Americans do, like we eat like a fucking shit ton.
And it's crazy because like other cultures are very food centric. Spain, very like eating and mealtime is a big deal, but it's how we eat. It's sort of we just want bigger, better.
It's a
rev the
obnoxious
engine
the
and
way
like
we just stick our fat thumbs and like. To stuff and just kind of we have big trucks and have big attitudes.
We're about to get political here a little bit.
Not
really, but like not necessarily politics, but
no.
It's like,
but
I like it. I was like, I'm for it. I'm like, let's talk
but
shit.
That's what I mean. Like that's what I see.
We don't. I mean, what we look like to the rest of the world is. And now I have family. My cousins are Swiss French, and they're in Switzerland and Geneva, and the American stuff is very big, but I've had conversations with them, and their English is pretty good. My French is terrible.
Right.
But so mostly about the portrayal, and people, Europe, they're into American culture, but overall, Americans are not well liked when they travel
Right.
because of how they behave. It's this sort of
Because they expect that everywhere.
yeah.
Yeah.
Of course, we're not exactly warm and welcoming to visitors either.
That's right. We're not.
We're not.
Some of us aren't.
But when those countries visit each other, there's not much of a problem.
Right,
So,
right.
who's the issue?
Yeah.
But, I mean...
And it also depends on the person, too, because it's like, people just get it in their head that they just need to be catered to. Or,
yes.
People that are trying to be nice, and then they get the opposite reaction.
You know?
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and we want it our way right away. And so going to, if you go over to Europe and you order a Coke, you're getting a Coke, and if you ask for ice, they'll bring you 2 ice cubes.
Right.
I've heard people come back from visiting Vienna in Austria and complain about that. I'm like, you were in one of the most beautiful cities in the world.
Wow.
And you are mad because your Coca-Cola didn't have ice in it? Fuck you.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
Don't even order a Coke. Try a local beverage, or
Yeah. Do like water or something.
Yeah.
Do something
Right.
easy.
I know. I actually think that all I drink now is water and coffee. It's literally the 2 beverages that go in my world. So.
Coffee, water, or tea.
Yeah, that's about it.
I try to stay away.
I have
from
my
juice
seltzers in the fridge, and
well, those are pretty good.
Yeah. So my knockoff Aldi LaCroix.
Hey,
Yeah.
you gotta get it.
I like them. They're half the price, and it's I saw a list one.
Knockoff Aldi LaCroix, really?
Yeah.
I didn't even know they had anything.
Aldi has knockoff everything.
Yeah.
I know. Actually, I swear I do the majority of my shopping now.
Aldi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
pretty good, right?
Well, yeah, and now that they have the larger selection of inexpensive plant-based products.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I buy. They have 10 different versions of a veggie burger there.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'd never know that.
Yeah. And
it's like a dollar store for rich people.
It's not even
just
it's
not even it's not even that expensive.
It is. Well, their big thing is that they only have 2 staff members in the store at all times, hardly.
The only thing I don't like about Aldi is that you have to get boxes to haul all your shit out.
You bring your own bags, dude.
Bring your own
bags.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I
But
always bring my own bags
that.
to the store. I do. Every now and again, I have to go to I'll go to Publix or Walmart. I brought my own bag. Bring my own bags to Walmart sometimes. They look at you like you're
crazy.
psycho.
Yeah. I just
Walmart
forget.
is not my place.
I would do that. I would just have to set a reminder and say bring bags or put
Yeah.
them in the car or whatever.
Yeah.
But I went to Aldi for a few things and they're not bad. They're not bad at all. I just have a problem just kind of prioritizing where I want to go, and if I don't want to go to Walmart or Publix, and it's there's one right around the corner from my house.
An Aldi?
An Aldi, yeah.
Oh my God!
Right next to the Lowe's.
You're budget conscious. It is. It is
right.
easy on the wallet, man.
Yeah, it really is.
It is. Things that I mean, honestly, things that are $1 or $2 cheaper than elsewhere.
Yeah.
Really, and once you add all that up, I mean, I tend to buy the same groceries every week, for the most part. Buy it at Publix, it's $100. Buy it at Aldi, it's $75. Wait a minute, I'm spending $25 extra a week for what? I do love my Publix. Don't get me wrong.
Oh God,
Publix
it's terrible.
How much?
It's terrible how much I go there when I don't have that kind of money.
Yeah.
And just say, I'll just get a few things and walk out with $40 worth of shit.
Did you get everything you needed today? Yeah, and more.
And
always.
more.
And more.
It's always going to be more.
Oh, look what's on sale.
Yeah. Oh. That, you know what though? I gotta hand it to Publix though. They know how to wrangle you in, and say, "Here's a deal," or BOGOs, or whatever.
Is it a deal?
But they almost every week though. Every week they always have some sort of spaghetti, some sort of red sauce.
Oh, there's
some sort of meat is buy one get one, and I love that because you could always get a meal. If you are on a tight budget,
my ex-husband he would make his dinner based on, he would go shop the specials.
Yeah. Sometimes that's all I do is just go and get the BOGOs, and I'm just like, okay, I need this, and this. Bread on sale, cool. There you go. Yeah. And that's how I can save money a little bit. Come here.
Puppy.
So, I mean, it's terrible though. I'll go in there and.
I miss Publix when I was up north.
I'll easily spend.
People would be like, "What do you miss from the South?" And I'm like, "Not a lot." But I'll tell you what, there's no Publix up here.
Yeah.
Everybody we know from down south talks about Publix supermarkets. I'm like, fantastic company. We keep mentioning their name.
Oh yeah.
Whatever.
Oh my gosh.
I'll give them a shout out. They're
I'll
good to their
definitely give
employees
a
too,
shout-out.
from what I understand.
Yeah, yes, you're right. They're
And
really
like
good
I
company.
think they stock options and
Stock options, retirement plan, college plan. They'll pay for college.
Yeah.
That's what I heard.
I stopped into Whole Foods by your place recently to grab something on the way home. That's not a quick in and out for cheap.
Where's that?
Whole Foods, the
Oh,
Whole Foods
yeah,
by
yeah.
you.
Oh.
God, I forget how much money Whole Foods costs. I'm like, I just want this little thing. Oh, it's.
I did find a Fresh Market. I forgot it was there. I knew it was there, but I forgot.
Oh.
And it's like right down the street from my work.
Okay.
It's like right down. I think I don't know what street it is, but it's down. It's down, and there's a Publix right there, and then there's a Fresh Market right across the street. I'm like, hot damn.
Fresh Market has good. That's like.
Yeah.
Trader Joe's is one that when I was in Philly, that was one of my favorites.
Yeah.
Trader Joe's like cold food like to go section. I do dog walking and I use their parking lot to park in to go to 2 different buildings to dog walk where I didn't have to pay for street parking, but I always bought my lunch there to make up for the fact that I was using one of their parking spaces. So
Yeah.
I used to joke I was going to get a job there because everybody was so freaking happy all the time.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Figure they were all smoking weed out back.
Probably. Yeah.
But anyway, yeah.
Whole Foods has just become a thing where it's just like this big. I went in there a couple times and I'm like, I don't know if I should get anything. I just kind of walk around and look at everything, and I'm just like, everybody's just so, you know how they are.
It's a feeling.
Yeah, it's a feeling.
It's yoga pants or crunchy granola, like yoga pants and dreadlocks and like white
Not
girl
that we're
dreads
saying that's bad.
No, sorry, yeah.
We're just pointing it out. But yeah, I don't know.
It's a cultural experience to go to that.
It really is.
Yeah.
It really is. So, okay,
Alright.
we're wrapping up. We were talking about food movies, and we just kind of
We
went
were just
into
talking about food and
food in
fine.
general, and
I
I
can
mean
talk food all
movies
day.
and food. Yeah, food in general would just be enough for me.
I
Have you ever had? I was gonna ask. You ever had sushi? I noticed a little sushi thing up there. I mean,
Sushi?
sushi. Yeah.
Oh, I eat the hell out of it.
Can you eat it though with your?
No,
with
not
your thing?
vegan. Not now.
No? Oh, okay.
I can eat vegan sushi, so they do make like vegetable rolls, but
I have an avocado one. That's pretty good.
yeah.
Yeah.
No, they do ones like the pickled like pickled vegetables and stuff in it. So yeah, I haven't since I started doing that, but like no, my favorite doing sushi, like I eat sashimi, like we talk about weird stuff. I eat all the oddball stuff.
Yeah. I mean, I've had it was it wasn't really sushi. It was wrapped like sushi, and it was a sweet potato roll.
Oh yeah.
And it was pretty good. It wasn't bad. I have a thing with sweet potatoes and yams.
Do you like?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm actually probably gonna make some tonight for dinner.
Yeah.
Like a veggie burger, sweet potato fries.
Slam the yam. Don't slam the yam.
They're healthy for you too.
Oh, they're very healthy.
Good.
As long as you don't add like extra sugar and all
Sugar.
this other garbage, like I did.
Oh well, that's Thanksgiving yams.
Yeah,
that's different.
Yam.
That's different. That's right with the marshmallows.
Yeah.
There you go.
It came out pretty good.
Yeah.
It was pretty good.
Marshmallows on top of just about anything would be pretty good.
I
As long
know.
as it wasn't savory food.
No.
But,
But anyway, all
All
right.
right.
Well, you outro us.
All right.
Because I always outro.
well, like and subscribe. Leave us some comments. Whatever. We're still putting this up on YouTube, right? Too? Are you still doing that or no?
We're still going up on YouTube.
YouTube.
We
Castbox and Spotify.
We're on Castbox, Spotify. If you want to check
Yeah, I
us
know
out.
a few people had trouble with the YouTube hearing it.
Oh, with the YouTube. Oh yeah.
Weird audio thing.
Yeah, I noticed that too because I try to look it up on the iPad.
Yeah.
And it does the same thing.
Yeah.
It's not. I think it's either just because it's on my iPad or I don't know what the correlation is there, but we're on Castbox. You can just check us out on Castbox. This will probably be going up within a few minutes, and YouTube will probably be tonight or tomorrow.
All right.
And we're also on Spotify. That'll be up within maybe a couple hours or so. Also, we have GSM Pod 1111 Instagram now, so you can go there and check us out there. What I do is I'll post the newest video link for YouTube on there, so you can kind of like watch it, or you can find us on there, and that's GSM Pod 1111 or GSM with Vince Black and Chon Chon. And go check us out, like and subscribe, and
Thanks for listening.
thanks for listening. We'll see you later.
Later.
Bye bye.
Say bye, puppies. Bye, puppies. Bye, puppies.